There, this is Leah from Mommyish, and this is a tutorial for how to use your new product called Dynamic Bits, Dynamic Shading Bits. I actually don't even remember what I named it. That's pretty terrible of me, but it's okay. So whenever you open up your file, Dynamic Shading Bits #1, yay! There's a little how-to, but I thought it would be helpful to also have this video, so if you're watching this video, you might need a little extra help. It's okay, because I need a lot of help. A lot. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do is there's a file that has all of these different templates in it. You have them individually, so you can work with them one at a time, or if you want to do a few at a time for your layouts, you could just open up the big one here and use this instead. So you can see here we have a variety of different types of elements, each that are dynamically shaded, meaning they have a nice shadow effect on the top, like on the above and also below the layer that we'll be playing around with. So first things first, let's pick out a kit. There's a freebie from the Digital Press for the DigiScrap Parade, so I think I'm going to use that. It's called Cherished. You can see it here. And I'm just going to pull out a paper. Let's just jump right in. I'm going to pull out a paper and I'm going to apply it to this flag right there. I'm going to put the paper in the flag. So I'm going to decide which paper I want first. And I really like this paper from Marie. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm just going to do, you can Control C, Control V, like copy the whole thing, or you could just maybe take a little selection of the paper like that and copy that. And basically whenever you look at these layers, you'll notice that they're all the layers that are meant for each other are linked together. So if I try to move this layer around, all its pieces are going with it. Okay? And each one of these layers has a layer attached to it that says your paper here in big capital letters. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Control V paste into there. And I know you don't see anything, but that's because it put our paper like way down there. See? And then I can just move it here. And there it is. Yay! Okay. So now how to edit this. Now that we have it looking that way, I mean, it looks kind of cool on its own, but it still might not look quite as realistic as we want it to. So what do? Well, we play with the shading. Right now the opacity is at 20%. We could turn it down. We could turn it way up if you wanted to. You can also play with the different blending modes. I think linear light might look cool if I lower the opacity a bit. There, I like that a lot. So, just a little bit something. Just a little bit of something. It's such a subtle detail, but it's those little details that we start to really love and want. All right, the next part is the shadow. The shadow is set to black, right? So you can always recolor a shadow to match your background. If you want it warmer, I always find it nice to maybe do a color overlay. I like to sample sometimes from the papers that I'm working with and then just go like really like that to a brown color. So it's a bit softer. You can also, after you do that, you would rasterize your layer style, and then you can always play with your blending mode. Look at me, I'm like linear light, multiply or linear burn, whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to play with the actual shadow itself, just unlink it. You can see there it's linked. Where you're just going to right click and go to unlink layer. Right? And then you can go to edit and play with your warp tool if you want to. Like I might not like that it has so much shadow like that, right? So we can just play around with it a little bit until it looks exactly the way we want it. This part that bubbles up, maybe I want it to look like it's bubbling up even more. And this part I want it to look like it's going in even more. And then this part I want it to go, you know, like don't be afraid to just a little bit of playing. Just a little bit of playing and you can change the look of it. See? From that to that. Yay! I feel like I'm in one of those infomercials, you know, where they're showing you like how fast it is to do the rotisserie thing. Anyway, now we're gonna put a paper, a background paper. There's this one that has another a large, I think it's a 11.5 inch square. So we're going to go ahead and take this nice, very subtle pattern paper. I think would do very well there. Again, I'm just going to click on the paper. It takes me to the base. Your paper here, Control V, just like that. Now, if I feel like the shading is not enough, again, you can always play with the opacity. Look, that makes it like a lot, a little, And again, don't be afraid to play with the different shading options. But you can see here now why I changed the blending mode, right? The shadow itself to a warmer color, and it looks much more realistic that way. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I swear I'm not prideful. I feel like I'm patting myself on the back. This is so cool. Okay. But it's really versatile. I think that's what I like. I like products that you guys are going to be able to use over and over and over again. Any kit that you're working with, anything that you could always pick up these little elements and play around with them. Now I'm going to show you something else really cool. We all love our little banner elements, right? Marie has made us some in this kit. Well, what if I want to, let's say I'm just copying this element. Let's say I want this, but I want to use this with it. How do I do that? How do I make that happen? So what I'm going to do, I made these images or the layers, the templates large on purpose so you would be able to resize them easily. So I'm just going to do a Control V, that's pasting it, and you can see this is a much smaller element, much smaller than my big old Jemima flag. So what do? I'm going to zoom in first so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Next, remember, our layers are linked together. This works into our benefit because when I do a Control T for like transforming, I could very easily just go like this, move everything up a bit, see, and make my own little element using the element that was already created, but I just want it to be a little different. And see, look, that's not too bad, right? Again, I'm going to play with the blending options because I can. Like, because I can. Let's see, I'm going to turn it down just a little like that. Okay, and then let's see, the shadow, again, you could change the color or whatever. So this is basically just to show you, again, that you can even take elements, you can resize these templates to fit things that you already have. I mean, what's better than that? So there's also one here for photos. I don't have any photos out, otherwise I would show you, but the photo one has a style on it that gives the white border, a 20 pixel, I think, border. I like that. If you don't like that, all you have to do is uncheck the stroke option and then it'll go away. So anyway, I can't wait to see how you guys use this because I feel like this could be a really good utility type product for scrappers, and I want to see how folks use it or if they like it. Let me know if you like it in comments below or whatever, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.